was something about the way Simon Pegg, which is a testament to his brilliance and genius, had no lines in the scene, but he came into the scene with a towel and stole the scene, and we were just all was like in this middle of this, you know, heavy moment about what we should do, and we sort of look over and he's just like, so we started laughing and we could not stop. And this is the only time I've ever seen JJ, because we did like 5, 6 takes and blew every single one. JJ's like, okay, I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes, I'm leaving. And we were like, I mean, he could have come back instantly, we were done. I mean, we stopped laughing pretty quickly. You know, the extraordinary thing about it is, you know, the lengths they went to on that production, both of those productions, to actually build those sets. I mean, they built more of the Enterprise, as Peter said, on Into Darkness than any other film in the history of Star Trek. And that was the coolest thing. You could walk from the bridge down, you know, big winding corridors into the sick bay, into the transporter room.
Yeah.
It was
I was stunned by
phenomenal.
it. I was just stunned by it.
Absolutely phenomenal.
So there wasn't that much green screen then for you guys?
Well, there was green screen when you're looking out into space.
Right.
And you know, JJ, you gotta really hand it to him, he doesn't like a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And when we shot the beginning of my scene, where I'm sitting around the board of directors and Benedict comes by with that rogue ship and blows this up, I said, well, you know, when I got there, I said, JJ, you know, are you gonna green some of this, you're gonna CGI and stuff? He says, you know, I really hate CGI. I'm gonna do it with like visual effects, like live visual effects.
Yeah.
So the lasers coming through there, and all the explosions, that's what he really did. Then he went back and greened over the ship, right?
Yep.
But as far as Benedict's close-up goes, as far as the effects of that ship, he had a big mock-up of the ship out there, shooting lasers and stuff. And so none of that's green. Man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and you know, you got to hand it to him. He knows. He loves filmmaking, and he doesn't want to turn most of the film over to the laboratory, which so many films do now. He does want to do the movie in the movie,
right?
And he knows it exists in the acting and the script, and not the effects. You know, the story of these guys in that movie. Look, you could make a Star Trek movie, you know, holding your ass with both hands, and somebody's going to go see it, right?
Yes. She's like, yes.
Asshole Trek, yes.
You know, but the
Ass Trek.
But the delineation of character, the writing of that, the performances of that is what JJ really goes for. And he's really going for the people problems. And he's not, you know, the effects are the ancillary rights to it, man. But the people problems in this Star Trek Into Darkness is really what made the movie great, to me, anyway.
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly share with you, gentlemen, my experience with the whole J.J. Abrams thing. Basically, he had sent out an edict which says, if you had worked on any prior Star Trek, you're not allowed to work on my Star Trek. So, meaning, other than Leonard Nimoy, actors, cameramen, makeup artists, he was, you know, special, anybody, sorry, you can't do that. But I thought at least, being on Star Trek for 7 years on Voyager, that I would get an invite to the premiere. No invite for anybody except for Leonard Nimoy. And I remember watching the premiere on TV, and there was like actors like Shamar Moore, has nothing to do with Star Trek. He was there. I'm like, what? So Gene Roddenberry's son, Rod Roddenberry, invited all the Star Trek actors and all the behind-the-scenes people from all the TV shows to a screening at Paramount Studios 1 week before you guys came out. I sat there in utter anticipation, watching and hoping that this was something that was going to be good. And I remember the first shot was across the bridge, across the hull, and you hear the familiar pinging, and I was like, okay, this is good. The initial battle scene happens, that one person gets sucked into space, it's totally quiet, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I did not take my eyes away from that screen. I never looked at my watch. I was glued to that screen for the entire 2 hours and 6 minutes, however long it took. The comedy, the action, the pacing, everything. This man's performance in the 2009 first reboot was amazing. I mean, I loved it so much that the next day I went to Cape Canaveral to watch a space shuttle take off, and
Was bored.
well, yeah. Totally bored, yeah. And that was amazing in itself. But the thing was, they were showing Star Trek. They were was showing the initial, the reboot movie at the Cape Canaveral IMAX, so I saw it again a second time there. I'm in line, people were looking at me going, why are you here? I said, I'm a human being, I love movies, so I paid for tickets in front of me, behind me, met people in line and getting popcorn, sat with them, ended up watching the film 13 times at the theater, including in Amsterdam, in New York City, in Malibu, over and over again. Saturn Awards comes around, there's a special premiere, there's a special party afterwards, they were honoring JJ, so I waited for him at the after party. As he comes in, I go, JJ, thanks so much for the invite to the premiere. And he's like, oh, sorry. I said, it's okay, I saw your movie 13 times and I paid for it, people in front, behind me, and in front of me. So he's like, whoa. That was, the testament to what that project, how it came together was just so amazing. So I just want to say thank you for being part of it. Yeah, thank you, JJ, too, but you were an integral part of that. So, all right, so let's go to